Danny Guselli. Weekdays 12 to 3, East Coast Radio.
Dave and Dom of GoldFish are joining us right here on East Coast Radio. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hey,
It's a be here.
Thanks for having us.
I'm not going to lie. I'm looking at you now. I don't know how you do this. You just don't bloody age. How do you do it?
The music keeps us young.
I mean, you were in what, Netherlands a couple days ago as well, eh?
Yeah, we did 2 shows in the Netherlands. We did one in Venlo and one in Utrecht. And then we jumped on a plane, flew down to South Africa, played live golf yesterday, and now we're here talking to you.
I saw that on socials. It looked unbelievable, the live golf, eh?
It was
pretty amazing, I must say. They did a great job. They navigated some weather.
Oh, that's epic to hear. Now, guys, from meeting at UCT, jazz by day, killing the dance floors by night, now killing it now all over the world. Looking back at your UCT days, did you ever imagine that your success would look like this?
To answer you quite honestly, like, you have hopes and dreams, and you always, you dream for things to go as well as they've gone. And it's been nothing short than spectacular. Mostly thanks to all the people who have supported us along the way. The fans, just especially from South Africa, where we started out, and starting in Cape Town, and coming to playing shows in Durban. We used to pull into Durban every couple of months, and that was one of the first places outside of Cape Town where things really started for us, and we were like, wow, that's pretty amazing. I wonder if we can do this in Johannesburg or Pretoria. And then it kind of spread out like that, I wonder if we could do this in Ibiza. I wonder if we could do this in London. I wonder, and we just kind of kept on going, and we haven't looked back.
It's been such a privilege to watch you guys just soar and fly, hey? And I don't know if you've ever taken a deep dive into GoldFish YouTube interviews, but I did this last night.
Oh, no.
I found some videos from 15 years ago where you guys were nominated for 8 nominations at the SAMAs. There was also a time at a Armada pool party in Miami where Dave was mistaken for Armin van Buren. You guys have experienced so many weird and wonderful things. Was there ever a point where you guys kind of just sat down and said, you know what? We did this. We're so bloody proud of ourselves.
I don't think you ever feel like you've arrived. I think the moment you feel like you've arrived, that's probably when it's over. I think the whole thing is the journey, and not to say that we're not pinch yourself moments, and we do go holy cow, this is crazy how far it's come. But I think it's that thing of this being a calling, that we, for Dave and I, it's just an honor and a privilege to be able to make music first of all, and then to be supported by people all over the world. And then to continue to do that and to stay true to what it is that we originally started out from. I think that's actually the real reward, is sort of, being able to look back on 6 albums and go it's like looking at old Facebook photographs. You listen to some of those tracks and you're like, oh my gosh, what kind of hairstyle was that? But it's, you're proud of the journey, and there's still so much more that we want to write and make and achieve, and see what else is in store for GoldFish.
You guys are incredibly driven. Have you had time to celebrate your victories, or are you always just looking for what's next and how you can progress and how you can further your careers?
As musicians and as, songwriters and producers, you're always hunting the perfect song, the perfect melody, the perfect composition, the perfect kind of join of all those things together in the perfect dance floor banger. It's there's so many different challenges, and it's kind of keeps you honest, right? Keeps you wanting to learn, keeps you wanting to practice your art, and keeps you going out there on stage and sharing the stage with other artists that are amazing. Is it's also inspiration to just to up your game as well. I think moving to the US was a real big eye-opener from that side. I mean, the level of musicianship in the US is insane. They have amazing infrastructure for music and for musicians, but they have that because they have obviously it's a massive country, but they have incredible support in the venues and all that kind of stuff. But that level of just high musician, from all levels, whether it's songs or whether it's technical ability, and so there's always it's the pot of gold, the end of the rainbow, in the way of music. It's not you can never be perfect, and a lot of the time perfect is actually imperfect. A lot of songs that we've made, we've okay, that's a cool song, and then the song goes out and like explodes. And we're like, what? Really? You know, we were just put that song together and we're just like having a good time making that music. And so it's a interesting journey, like the whole process. The career obviously is a very kind of, interesting from traveling, and we get to see the world and we get to meet all sorts of different people around the world and see different things and cities and eat
and
different
become
food.
intimately involved with international airports. I feel
Yeah.
like we have and it's like an extension of our nervous system, knowing which airport and where to go. But also just to follow on what Dave said, the one other thing I was thinking while he was saying all of that was, it's sort of like mountain climbers or surfers. Every wave's different, every mountain's different. There's always something new to learn and to climb or to surf or whatever that thing is. I think as human beings, we have that natural tendency to want to explore and just experience and learn. And I think just like always wanting to learn is the way you want to keep your career always, so you're not just repeating yourself.
Absolutely. Look, we're here to talk about your brand new song and your epic collab, but I have to just touch on what you've just spoken now about, because we've asked every artist that we've had on the show this one question, from John Legend to Craig David to Becky Hill. What is the weirdest thing a fan has ever said or done to you?
Honestly, we have some amazing fans. It's honestly probably the most humbling thing about what we do is just also the amount of people who have goldfish tattooed on their bodies is crazy.
It's pretty wild.
I haven't got a single tattoo and I'm like, dude, you've got that like on you forever now.
It's in like the 20s, the amount of people who have actually come to us and shown us their tattoos. It's pretty mind-blowing.
It's an honor.
Most recently in the gig in Utrecht that we just played on Friday night, one of our very good fans for a long time, threw up 3 crocheted goldfish onto stage.
Wow.
I've actually got, let me grab one. I'm going to show it to you.
Yeah, we have some incredible fans. We have an amazing fan from, she lives in Colorado. She's been to
45.
40. No, I think she's done, it could be even more, 46 shows around the US. She flies around, watches us. We've met her mom. It's a family. We know her boyfriend.
Wow.
It's a family affair. It's very cool.
It's so special to have fans like that. Hey, it just makes the world a difference. But look, we are here to talk about your new song. We're dead excited. Little Wonder. I mean, how did this come about, and how did the collab come about with the legend Zolani Mahola?
I mean, firstly, we've always admired Zolani. Her talent is just unreal. Her voice, not just her voice though, the intention and the feeling behind her voice is just very, very special. She's got something very special. So we always wanted to do proper song with her. And, the opportunity came a little while ago and she hit us up and we'd been chatting for a while, but she was like, oh, I got this plan. I'm going to come to visit you guys in San Diego. And she actually did a Kickstarter and did a whole campaign, and all her lovely fans came together and got it over. So this, in some ways, this is like a real fan-driven song, to be honest. So she came over to San Diego and we spent a couple of days together, and we wrote the song and we cruised around. We showed her some of the sights, and Little Wonder was born. And we're just so stoked to finally release it. It's like when you have a song like that, it's like you've got the secret that you can't tell anyone, and you're like, "Ooh, I just have to tell people." There's when it's burning. When you got cash and it's burning a hole in your pocket. It's like that.
Yeah.
But this song, it's a fresh one. It's coming. I think it's got a beautiful message behind it, and I hope everyone likes it.
When you collab with the right person, it just hits different. So we're super excited to hear it. But let's just quickly talk about Zolani. I mean, she has shared stages with global icons. I mean, the list goes on. I mean, Stevie Wonder, B.B. King, Shakira, Johnny Clegg. But you guys have also performed with the best and the biggest. So 2 questions here. Who is your biggest flex in terms of who you've performed with? And then, which star or group did you truly form a bond with and connect on a human level?
Oh, I mean, from a flex perspective, there's no greater flex than getting to perform for Nelson Mandela. We played on the 46664 quite a few years back. Oh my goodness, giving my age away now. But just to meet him and to have played with him, and I mean, we've told this story many times before, but the craziest thing was while we were waiting to meet him, he was in his rooms in Houghton, and every performer who was there, it was the Goo Goo Dolls, Annie Lennox, Corinne Bailey Rae, Ludacris, and we were all in a line to go meet Nelson Mandela and be like, he came and sort of said some nice things about it, and you get sort of led in, and it's like, this is GoldFish. And he was like, GoldFish. And we're like, there's no way you know who we are, but we're just stoked to be here. But the other cool thing was, you're standing in that line, and Annie Lennox, and she was like right in front of me, and behind Dave and I was Ludacris. And it never occurred to either of us at the time, like, oh, we should get a photo with Annie Lennox, or Ludacris, or Corinne Bailey Rae, or the Goo Goo Dolls, because we were all meeting someone so, just that,
It just
shaped our
transcended
country.
all that stuff, for sure.
And that was a real core moment for me, for sure.
Just to tap onto that, the coolest dude that we've met, that we played on the same stage, was T-Pain. He we played this crazy.
That's a legend.
We played this crazy like festival for this. It's like a private festival for this company in the US, and it's in the festival's in Cancun, and then we was kind of hanging out backstage, and then in walks T-Pain, and we were like, "Hey, how's it going?" And like, he is such a cool dude. We sat and chatted for ages, and we figured out that he has the same thing Dom has. It's called synesthesia, where you associate colors with different notes in the scale.
Oh my word!
Yeah, so it was a very interesting chat. And we text from time to time. How's a T-Pain? He's like, I'm fine. The recorded voice comes back.
What an amazing story. There's nothing like human connection, especially when you share the love for music the way you guys do. Guys, I promise you I could talk to you for hours. I know time is limited, so I've got to move on to Splashy, because I just read a sentence that said, from GoldFish, you can expect a completely reimagined GoldFish experience. What does that mean?
Depends on the day.
We reimagine it every time. We actually, we lucky, as we've been chatting about these collabs, we're lucky to actually have a bunch of our collaborators available and coming with us to Splashy. So we've got Sakila Molesha is going to join us on vocals. We've got Emily Bruce joining on vocals. We've got Milu joining on vocals. She's the singer behind Diamond Thug, who we did Deep of the Night with. It's going to be full live band, GoldFish style.
That is going to be epic, hey? Tickets are nearly sold out. And Splashy, it's just one of the biggest vibes in the world, hey? In comparison to all the gigs that you've done, and you've done so many, you've filled stadiums. What makes Splashy so epic and personal for you?
I think Splashy is kind of like the Glastonbury of South Africa. It's just a legendary festival, one of the longest running, I think, or the longest running.
Yeah.
And
it's got to be somewhere around that.
And it's just set in such a beautiful setting. Yeah, it's just a really special part of the world, and we don't get to go there very often, so this is going to be a real privilege to be there.
It was also one of the very first festivals that I played like years ago, and some other bands, so it's always special to revisit that and coming back to headline the main stage.
So epic. Thank you so much for your time, your humbleness, your talent. And I've just been a huge fan of yours for so many years. It's been sensational to watch you absolutely fly. And I just can't wait to watch what the future has in store for you.
Danny Guselli, weekdays 12 to 3, East Coast Radio.